This one time I was visiting some of my friends who lived in Oklahoma, and I was very good friends with them, and they were all from a different Christian denomination. They were all different Protestant denominations, and we always had a great time together, but they always did their best to try to convert me. And they knew I was becoming a priest, and so we had great conversations as we were eating and hanging out and stuff like that. This one time I was talking with one of them, and she was telling me that all we need is Jesus to be saved. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. We just need Jesus. We don't need anyone else. And I was telling her, you're not wrong if you understand that correctly. Like, Jesus does say, I am the way, I'm the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. And so I was like, properly understood, that makes sense. But if you're so solid on just Jesus, only Jesus, me and Jesus, you forget about a couple of other things, namely the other two persons of the Holy Trinity. That the three persons of the Trinity, one God, are all working together and acting together to save us. And so if we just focus on our relationship with Jesus and ignore the Father, ignore the Holy Spirit, then there's something lacking. There's an impoverishment of how we're approaching our relationship with God. And here what John the Baptist is talking about, he's saying a lot of kind of mystical things, prophetic things, but he's speaking and he's showing that the Trinity, God himself, revealed in three different persons, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So the Father is not the Son, and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. They're all different persons, but they are all one God, and they are all acting together to save us. And there's this, in the Trinity, there's this multiple sendings that happens. So the Father sends the Son. The Father is the one who looks out at the world. He sees humanity in sin, far away from him, and his heart is to bring us back to him. And so he sends his Son. And Jesus, God himself, the second person of the Trinity, comes into our earth as a little baby. He's born, he lives, and he reveals everything about his Father to us. He's kind to others. He preaches the truth. He heals. He does everything out of love, revealing who his Father is that he was sent by. And then Jesus ultimately, in this final act of love, dies on the cross for us and rises from the dead. But before he ascends to his Father, he tells his disciples, wait, because I'm going to send the Holy Spirit. So the Father has sent the Son, and now it's the Son's turn. The Son is now going to send the Holy Spirit. And he breathes out the Holy Spirit as he was dying on the cross. He breathes out his last breath and breathes out the Holy Spirit. And then at Pentecost, that Holy Spirit is poured upon the church. And now the Holy Spirit, through your baptism, through all the sacraments you've received, the Holy Spirit now dwells inside of every single one of you. He's closer to you than you are to yourself. The Holy Spirit lives inside of you. And we see this progression taking place, that God the Father, who it's hard for us to picture, hard for us to imagine, because he's purely spiritual, he's the creator, he's great. So what does he do? He sends the Son so that we can see God, we can hear him, we can experience him. And then Jesus, he could only speak to a certain amount of people at any given time when he was here on earth. He sends the Holy Spirit now so that all of us now have God living inside of us, drawing us closer to salvation, transforming us day by day into the image of Jesus himself. And so God, in his totality of these three persons, is moving, sending, and working to bring us to himself. And so all that he's looking for us now is to respond to him and to have a relationship with him in the Father, in the Son, in the Holy Spirit. And so in your prayer life, you can talk to the Father. You can talk to him as a child talks to a father. You can talk with Jesus. You can thank him for his suffering on the cross. You can thank him for his resurrection. And you can talk with the Holy Spirit. You can ask him for advice. Jesus says the Holy Spirit will reveal all truth to you. He will lead you into the fullness of truth. You can ask the Holy Spirit, this part of my faith is really hard for me to understand, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Can you help me? In all of these ways, God is moving in our lives. And all he is waiting for us to do is respond to him and to build that relationship with him in the three persons of the Trinity.